Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Pokemon Fire Red Omega for episode 16 of the playthrough. Here we are in beautiful Celadon City yet again. What is this, like 4 straight episodes where we start things off in Celadon City? In the previous episode, we took on and defeated the Rocket Game Corner, and a byproduct of that is we have run every single member of Team Rocket out of the city. Remember how previously there were a couple of them hanging out down here on this street, and there was also one hanging out in front of the Pokemon Center? Well, because in the previous episode, we took on their boss and defeated him, they have all run away, they have all left the town, and once again, Celadon City is free. Here in today's episode, we are going to be doing something a little bit different. I was reading through the comments of yesterday's episode as well as the previous episode, and it turns out, even though I have spent so much time here in Celadon City, there is still much more to do. There are so many more things I need to grab, and I'm going to be doing those things here in today's episode, and we're also going to be setting up to be able to take on the Pokemon Tower in tomorrow's episode. So the first thing we need to do is talk to this guy. When I was drunk, I blew all of my coins on this stupid Pokemon. I don't want it. Here, you have it. Nero obtained a Porygon. What the freaking heck, man? Thank you so much for this comment. I had no idea this was here. I think this is exclusive to Fire Red Omega, which probably because he talked about being drunk, and they don't usually talk about drinking alcohol in a children's game. But yeah, I had no idea whatsoever that you could get a Porygon. I'm not talking to that guy. Normally, if you want to get a Porygon, you have to go all the way over here after playing the slot machines a bunch and talk to this lady, and you can buy from her a Porygon for 9,999 coins, and that is why I've never actually obtained a Porygon before. In any of my playthroughs of any of the Pokemon games, he's usually so freaking expensive. It's a very odd Pokemon. It's a normal type that can also learn psychic moves and electric moves. It's actually, if I recall correctly, it's based off of a computer programming glitch. Essentially, it's a really strange Pokemon, but thank you once again for letting me know that I could actually obtain one. I don't think I'm going to be using him throughout this playthrough, but I'm happy that I have him because this particular save file, I have a feeling I'm going to be playing it a lot. Like, even after the playthrough is over, I have a feeling, just like in my spare time for fun, I'm going to be playing through on this save file and leveling up different Pokemon, trying out different things, so thank you so much for letting me know about that Porygon. The next thing we have to accomplish is we have to head all the way over here to the Celadon department store, because it turns out on the roof, where you of course can buy fresh water, soda pop, and lemonade, if you buy each one of those things and you talk to the pink-haired girl up here, you can exchange those drinks for different TMs. Again, I had no freaking idea this was a thing, so thank you guys so much for letting me know about this, because who knows what moves I may have missed out on. I have no idea what TMs we're about to obtain, but I'm pretty happy we're going to be getting them regardless. So let's go ahead and buy ourselves a fresh water, let's buy a sody pop, and let's buy a lemonade. And now that we have one of each, let's go and talk to the pink-haired girl. This guy says, my sister's a trainer, believe it or not, but she's so immature, she drives me nuts. And normally she says she's like very thirsty. I'm thirsty. I want something to drink. Give her a drink? Sure. Here's a fresh water. Yay, fresh water. Thank you. You can have this for me. And we get TM16. It contains Light Screen. That's kind of a crappy move. It's a move that weakens the power of special attacks by your foe. It can be helpful for a certain Pokemon, but not most of them, right? Let's go ahead and see what the Soda Pop gives us. Yay, Soda Pop. Thank you. You can have this for me. And we get TM20, which contains Safeguard, a move that prevents status problems among your Pokemon. All of them? Like, if I put up a Safeguard, does that, like, make all my Pokemon immune to status effect changes for probably a certain period of time, like a couple of turns? But that's actually kind of interesting. And the final TM is going to be, let's see, TM33, Reflect. They're all kind of boring moves. It's a move that weakens the power of physical attacks by your foe. So they're all pretty helpful in their own right, but I was hoping she was going to be like, well, here's Psychic, here's Ice Beam, and here's Earthquake, or something like that. Probably wishful thinking on my part, but regardless, I thought that was pretty cool that we could get those TMs from her. Again, I had no idea, and thank you guys so much for all of your suggestions in the comments. I read through the comments of every single episode. I just happen to miss a couple on occasion, because these episodes typically get recorded very late at night, as you guys no doubt noticed, with every episode usually going up at like 3 a.m. or later on the East Coast, which I'm trying to fix that, but man, there is just not enough time in the day. Do I want to stop and drop off Porygon now? We can do that later. We can do that later. We'll hold on to him for a little bit right now. Let's keep Graveler leading my party. We still have Chikorita. That's actually perfect because I want to go ahead and check out this little grass area over here. We need to head back to Lavender Town to essentially get ourselves... Wait a minute. We need to head back to Lavender Town. We now have the Silph Scope, which means we can now finally climb the Pokemon Tower, and we need to climb the Pokemon Tower to get access to certain areas later on in the game. But I just realized, because I have a lemonade and a fresh water sitting in my inventory, we can go this way. I think we can anyway. Let's see. Oh, that tea. That looks awful. Wait, you don't give the lemonade anymore? You give the tea that the old lady gives us? That tea, it looks awfully tasty. Huh? I can have this drink? Gee, thanks. Glug, glug. Gulp. If you want to go to Saffron City, you can go through. I'll share this tea with the other guards. When did they change that? In the original games, I think you could just grab like a lemonade or a fresh water and that's what you gave him, but apparently now you give the tea that you obtain in the Celadon mansion from the old lady. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to beautiful Saffron City. I actually like this town quite a bit. We have not run the Team Rocket members out of this town as of right now, but the reason why I'm stopping here is, one, it's kind of a shortcut, but also, we need to go inside here and have a talk with this man right here. Wait, don't say a word. You wanted this. You're darn right I did. You already know, don't you? TM29 is Psychic. It's an attack that may lower the target's special stats. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been waiting so long to get this TM and teach it to my Starmie. So here is Psychic, 90 damage, 100 accuracy, and it may lower the special defense of the opposing Pokemon, which, spoiler alert, Psychic itself is a special attack that affects special defense, of course, and so is all of its water moves. So, and Starmie, for those who don't know, is also a Psychic type. It's a water/Psychic type, so I am very happy about this. We are going to go ahead and drop Water Gun, because really, Water Gun is just a worse version of Water Pulse, so let's go ahead and drop that. We're going to hold on to Recover and Confuse Ray, and I think later on, once we learn Surf, I'll probably drop Confuse Ray, but of course, time will tell. We'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But let's drop Water Gun. 1, 2, and poof! Starmie forgot Water Gun, and... wait for it. Starmie learned Psychic. Oh, man. Starmie is about to be so much better as a result of getting that 1 TM. Now, I'm not going to be doing anything else in Saffron City for right now anyway. There's definitely a lot we could be doing. Wait a minute. Let's go ahead and check the map really quickly. Oh, it takes us down to Vermilion City. For some reason, in my head, I'm like, wait a minute. What is south of Saffron City? In my mind, randomly, I'm like, wait a minute. You don't go down to Fuchsia City, do you? Of course you don't. They'll actually take you down to Vermilion City. And if we want to quickly get back to Cerulean City, we just need to go north. It's actually very nice that Saffron City is finally unlocked. But for right now, let's head back to Lavender Town. And I need to also go ahead and check out this one area. Because remember previously, we ran through this one route and there were these trees that were blocking our way into a bunch of grass. Well, I want to go and see what's actually there, because in the base game, you can grab Vulpixes and Growlithe and Abras and stuff like that. So I'm wondering here in Fire Red Omega, what Pokemon are going to be available here. Again, the only way you can actually access it is via cut. So let's go ahead and see what's going on here. I imagine it's going to be really more the same. Probably some Growlers and Vulpixes and probably Abras and stuff like that. Maybe a Kadabra or a Pidgey. Here I am, just hyping up this area so much, and we ran into a Pidgey, like the most common Pokemon ever, quite possibly the first Pokemon that everybody runs into on Route 1, but I really do think there are going to be some somewhat rare Pokemon in this patch of grass, so we're going to go ahead and check that out. And sadly, goodness gracious, we are not going to get any experience whatsoever for our Graveler by taking on these Pokemon. Another Pidgey? Really? I'm sitting here looking for, like, Kadabras and, I don't know, Hypnos, maybe, randomly in my head, I feel like Magnemite, yeah, Magnemites might be able to be here. No, we're getting Pidgeys. Just Pidgeys that give us less than 200 experience apiece. We have to cut down a tree to even be able to get access to this. Hey, there we go. I knew I wasn't crazy. Here's an Abra. Let's see if we can actually take it out in one hit. It's actually probably going to teleport away because I'm not fast enough. Yep. Abra is much faster than Graveler, and Teleport, for those who don't know, is a really bad move. All it does is make it so Abra teleports away from battle when you try to take him on, which is why it's actually somewhat hard to catch an Abra, because he teleports away immediately and has very high speed. And once you actually capture him, Teleport will, I think, take you back to the most recent Pokemon Center that you visited. I wanted to run away from him, but it doesn't matter. He's just going to flee anyway. What else can we find here? Vulpix! See, I knew I wasn't crazy. Isn't it crazy, though, how you can remember all this stuff? Like, this random patch of grass. I haven't been here in probably at least 5 years, and before that, it was probably 10 years, since I did that playthrough, and I still remember that you can find, like, Vulpixes and Growlithes and stuff like that in this random patch of grass in the middle of nowhere. Why couldn't I remember, like, I don't know, math better, or Meowth, okay. Why couldn't I put, like, all this brain power to actual useful things, Instead of, like, storing this in the very back of my mind, maybe I could have remembered fractions a bit better, or the periodic table, or American history a little bit better. But no, I had to remember that you can find Vulpix in this particular patch of grass. I think you can also get Growlithe, but that may not be for Fire Red. Vulpix and Growlithe are exclusive to different games. Like, one you can only find in Fire Red, and one you can only find in Leaf Green. I think they changed that up, of course, with this being Fire Red Omega, and them throwing pretty much every Pokemon into one game, but there may not be both Pokemon in this one particular area. Pidgeotto! How's it going, dude? He actually might be a decent source of experience. I'm trying to level up Graveler a little bit. I don't think we're going to be able to turn him into Golem in this episode, unfortunately, because we need to get him up to 36 to be able to do that, and yeah, I just don't think we're going to be able to do that, because these Pokemon do not reward the most experience ever. I mean, the Pidgeotto did a pretty good job, but the rest of them, they're all first evolutions, Pidgeys and Vulpix and Abras that I can't actually take on. Growlithe, there he is! Oh, he's adorable. He's adorable. If I didn't already have Typhlosion, I really think I would catch a Growlithe and turn it into an Arcanine, because it's such a cool Pokemon. Oh, that's so cool. I haven't seen a Growlithe since... Didn't we randomly see that Growlithe right before Mount Moon? That was actually kind of cool. The person that made Fire Red Omega put Vulpix as well as Growlithe in the areas right before Mount Moon, which definitely took me by surprise. Well, I think that's all the Pokemon that we are going to be finding in this little patch of grass here. We're going to try one more Pokemon here, just to see. Alright, another Meowth. We can actually knock him out relatively easily. After, of course, he growls on me and lowers my attack and maybe makes it so I can't take him out in one hit. Let's see. Hey, there we go. Not bad. And yeah, I was wondering if we're actually going to be able to get through the grass without running into another Pokemon. That's a nice little patch of grass there, so something to bear in mind if you're looking to get Vulpix or Growlithe or Abra to turn into it. Keep in mind also, in Fire Red Omega, if you get Abra, you can turn it into a Kadabra, and because of the mod, you can actually turn it into Alakazam at level 38, if I recall correctly. But ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be all for this episode. I keep saying that I want these episodes to be a little bit shorter, and you guys, it's actually funny. You guys are always like, hour or more every time. But the only thing we have left to accomplish, really, in this town would be getting to the top of the Pokemon Tower, and I can promise you guys that's probably going to take a while, so we're not going to be doing that here today. Instead, we're going to be doing it tomorrow, and if we happen to do it relatively quickly, we can begin our journey down south on the fishing pier to make our way to Fuchsia City. So stay tuned for that. Until then, I hope you guys all enjoyed this episode. If you did, please drop me a rating, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.